Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to, make sure my sound's on, done that many times. Welcome to Laboratory Tuesdays. Today we are talking about 5 free ways to improve gut health. I realize I look a little scary hairy here and my nails are quite atrocious. I just worked in an urban garden all morning. It was amazing, but this is how my nails look even after I washed them like 12 times. I also came home with some roots I found, and as per Farmer Hannah's advice, I'm gonna thinly slice these. These are dandelion roots, so they're literally everywhere. You could probably find these roots yourself just in your backyard. I'm gonna thinly slice these and roast them in the oven for like 3 or 4 hours at a low temp, so 200. And when they're fully dry, I can steep them like tea, and they taste like coffee. I can't drink coffee anymore. It really upsets my stomach and it's completely messing with my energy levels. So I'm always looking for new things to still have a little ritual in the morning. And dandelion roots, like real roots from Indiana here. I'm gonna try this next. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so why do we even care about gut health? Well, your gut contributes to the whole of your health. So 70 to 80% of your immune system, the immune tissue, lives in your gut. So it makes a lot of sense that we want to keep it nice and healthy. And although we're talking about some different free ways today, there are some really obvious ones that you already know, like don't eat a ton of sugar, especially processed sugar. Don't eat a lot of processed carbs, anything from a bag or a box. It's not really doing you any favors. And of course, there are a lot of really intricate diet plans that you can do to clear out your gut bacteria and regrow healthy gut bacteria. But today we're just talking about some easy tweaks that you can do starting right now, even today, even right now. Okay, the second reason we care about gut health is you're never your best self if you're bloated, gassy, don't really want to be gassy. You're never your best self if you're bloated, gassy, or constipated. That's just uncomfortable. And when you're physically uncomfortable, you tend to be mentally, emotionally uncomfortable too. I know that I am not my best self when I'm speaking in front of a crowd and I'm gassy or bloated, right? It just feels good to feel good in your body. And 3, we want to effectively release toxins, waste, and fat. Did you know that you release fat by pooping it out? So we want to be efficient, effective poopers so we can settle into the optimal weight for our frame. And while we love all bodies, every body is beautiful, there is a benefit to settling into a healthy weight for your body because your frame is built to sustain a certain size. So I'm not advocating for getting a 6-pack because you need to be on the cover of Supermodel magazine. I am just advocating for feeling really good in your body and allowing this natural process of your frame size to optimally fuel the rest of your body. Okay, so step number 1 to improving digestion with really simple steps. Drink a gallon of water a day. Yes, we know about water, blah, blah, blah. But don't drink it while you are eating. You can drink water up to 30 minutes before you eat and wait 30 minutes after you eat before you drink water again. And the idea is simple. When we ingest our food, it hits our stomach, and then our body releases enzymes to digest that food. Think of it like as acids that eat it all up. When we drink water, we dilute the acid. We put water on our digestive fire, and it slows the process. So we don't want to dilute the acid. We want it to be potent and efficient. So do not drink water while you are eating, but drink a gallon of water every day. Number 2, just only eat when you're eating. That is very hard even for me. I just ate my lunch while writing this video, so I break my own rules all the time. But when we are stressed out, we engage in fight or flight mode, right? We've all heard of fight or flight mode. And when we are in that mode, because it links back to when we were really in danger, everything else that's not important to your survival shuts down, one thing being your digestion. So when you are eating and you're stressed out, digestion is tossed to the side, and that's when that food sits in your stomach and ferments, and that causes bloating, gas, and constipation. Number 3, sequence your foods throughout the day light to heavy. So I know that goes a lot against a lot of people's diet tips. Like they say, eat the biggest meal at breakfast and then taper out throughout the day. But if we think in terms of optimal digestion, heavier foods take longer to digest. So if you eat a really massive meal in the morning, when you add your smoothie, your fruit, your raw veggies later, they're going to be stuck behind that really heavy meal. And they're going to rot within your stomach. They're going to ferment. You're going to miss out on all of those nutrients, and you are susceptible to feeling gassy, bloated, and constipated. We've said those words so many times throughout this video. So to sequence your foods light to heavy throughout the day, what that would look like is wake up in the morning, you always have water first. Always, always, always. Water and air. Deep breaths and a cup of warm water. I would advocate for even chugging a big thing of water. Then you're going to move to the next lightest meal. So maybe you'll have a smoothie or a juice, or you'll have some lightly sauteed veggies with your one egg, whatever it is, light meal. Your next meal's slightly heavier, so maybe you'll have grains, or you'll have a piece of organic local meat. All the way down to at nighttime, maybe that's when you'd have like your yam, your starchy veggies, and a piece of meat, etc. So sequence light to heavy throughout the day. Just think of, it's really easy. You want the light stuff to fly through you. You want everything to go through nice and smooth. You don't want it to get stuck behind something heavy. Number 4, only 2 food groups per meal. So remember we said we eat food and then our body has to release these enzymes to digest that food. Well, every food is kind of like a little puzzle. It comes within your body and it starts digesting, depending on what type of food it is, starts digesting at different parts of the body, but the body has to interpret it like a little puzzle and say, okay, these are the enzymes I need to send. The tricky thing is that many of the different food groups require different enzymes that neutralize one another. So say you have a big spaghetti dinner with tomato sauce and meatballs and garlic bread with cheese on it. We're pretty much employing every single enzyme we've got. They all rush to the scene and then they neutralize one another. And that's why that meal sits in your stomach like a big brick for hours and hours. So to efficiently and effectively digest, try to keep each meal to just 2 food groups. And what's so amazing about vegetables is they're neutral. So if you add raw veggies or lightly sauteed veggies to the mix, they don't even count. Woohoo! And number 5, stop eating 2 hours before bedtime. Because when you sleep, digestion stops. So I don't know about you, but if I eat before bed, even an hour before, I wake up and I have a really acidy stomach. And that's because none of that food was efficiently moved through my system. It's just kind of like gnawing at itself in my stomach. So stop eating 2 hours before bedtime. If you need any help with any of these things at all, please let me know. I would love to guide you through it. If you would like to talk about prebiotics or probiotics, or those cleansing diets that I was talking about, or why we care about local organic plants, reach out. I'm here for you. That's it for today's Laboratory Tuesday, and I will see you next week.